What up? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes. Welcome back to another day, day 199 of Dave's Daily D. Dave's Daily Discussions. You know me. I'm Dave. It is Self-Love Sunday today, and I just wanted to bring a little video here. Hold on one second. Mower out. I just wanted to bring a video talking about making decisions to better yourself, stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking chances in life. You know, in life, we can get comfortable, we can get complacent. It's very easy to do. Very, very easy to do. So, back quite a few years ago, I worked at Whirlpool. I was there for about 5 or 6 years. I was making pretty solid money. And there was potential to continue making more and more money. Especially me being a go-getter and wanting to do more and more, trying to grow, do things of that nature. So, I worked at Whirlpool, and I was thinking to myself after a while, I was like, I'm kind of bored. I feel like this is just a zombified work. Didn't really enjoy it. You guys want to go outside? Come on, let's go. Nope, come on, settle. I was only outside for 2 minutes. So I was getting bored, felt zombified. I'd worked on a couple different shifts. I started on afternoons, then I went to midnights. Went to midnights and quit. Then after a little while, I ended up going to day shift. Well, afternoons I was able to, be out the line, help do like team leader type stuff. On midnights, I did team leader backup and team leader stuff. And then on day shift, I wasn't, given a position or anything of that nature. I was just basically said, hey, we're going to have you, you're standby, you're going to learn a bunch of areas. You could get sent to any line any day, anything could happen. And, there were days where I wasn't officially made a backup team leader or anything of that nature, but there were days where, they would give me the radio and say, hey, handle this area. We know that you can do it. You already do it without the radio, a lot of days when you're off the line. So I did do that. And then I kept telling them, I was like, I said, I've been on day shift for a year or so now or longer. And, said, I'm not here to work on the line. I'm not here to just be a zombie. Just, working on the line is fine. It's great. But I said, I want more. I said, I want more responsibility. I want to help an area grow. I want to help a business grow. That's just who I am. I'm driven, and I want to, I want to help build something greater. And I said, yeah, you just got to wait. And we do groups and stuff like that. Well, they didn't put me in the first group that they did. And they said, we'll get you in the next group. It should be coming here soon. And they kept, holy smokes, lucky. Quit. They didn't put me into that group, and they said, there'll be another one. Well, it didn't come. And they did another group, and they didn't have me in it, but they still had me doing that job here and there. And I'm like, okay, well, why aren't we making me an official, backup team leader or a team leader when I said I've made it that I want to do that, that I did it on midnights. I helped out doing it on afternoons. That's what I want to do on days. And, I have the mindset and I have the ability to do it. So why not, utilize your resources here and have me do it? And they said, yeah, we're getting to it. We'll let you know. We'll have it set up. Let it go a little bit. Put me off. There's a little story, background on why I did what I did. So then, they kept, putting it off. And I told them, I was like, this isn't what, sorry. Here, girls. This isn't what you guys told me was going to happen. You said you were going to get a set, and you keep putting me off. You know, if you guys don't make a decision to do something different here, you're lucky. Come here. Come here. If you guys don't do something different here and actually, you know, start, you know, showing me that you value me and that you guys want me to do more, I'm going to have to, you know, I'm going to look elsewhere. And I didn't look elsewhere in the plant. I said, I have another opportunity. I'm going to go. So I did. I put my 2 weeks in when they didn't give me what I wanted. And I said, 2 weeks, I'm out. I'm going to go start. I'm going to give something else a try in the world. Took a major pay cut, cut my pay in half. Maybe even more than half. And I pursued. I did something else. And, you know, that took a lot of guts to say, hey, I'm going to, you know, with all the bills that I had and everything going on, and I had, I was with somebody at the time. I was engaged, and we were going to make it work the best we could because she just did the same thing. But it was a scary situation because I'm like, you know, I'm walking away from, you know, the most time that I've put in at a place, and I'm also walking away from over half of my paycheck every 2 weeks. And that's a big deal. It's a big pay cut. So I know that, you know, you work hard and you show your value, you create leverage, and you can make more money. That's the plan. But I said in the you know, in the near future, it's not going to be like that. You're going to be taking pay cut. You're going to have a different lifestyle for a little while. But I said, you know, it's worth it. Step outside the comfort zone. Let's do it. So I did it, and I moved on to that next place. Very promising things, but I didn't have any, you know, any major background. I obviously had supervising and management experience, and that's what I was getting into, but I didn't have all the experience inside of that industry. I had the customer service, but I didn't have experience in the industry that I was working in. I didn't have food and service. I didn't have bar expertise or any knowledge. I didn't have the you know, like the FDA and the old food and service, like, hey, here's Leia, quit digging, hey, quit. I didn't have all that. Stop digging, quit. I didn't have all that experience, and I wasn't getting the proper training. I wasn't getting the resources that I needed to learn, so that if something like if I was on my own, I would be comfortable and I would be really good at what I'm doing. So I brought it up a couple times, and I said, hey, like, I'm not getting, you know, what I need. They're making it complicated for me to learn what I need to learn. They keep sending me home early. I said, and I'm not getting the resources I'm getting to, you know, be able to take things over and do, you know, run this thing how it should seamlessly be ran, what the vision is for everybody. So after some time of things not, you know, getting situated and things continue to be complicated and drug out, as much as it pained me and I hated to do it, I don't like to give up on anything. I am a very driven, competitive, successful person, and for me to say, hey, this I don't feel like this is going in the right direction. I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to feel comfortable into a situation where I'm like, hey, you know, I got this. I can walk in every day and do it all. God, getting blown up by text messages here. So I ended up telling that, and I said, you know, I can't do this. I'm gonna put my 2 weeks in, and I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do here, because this isn't what I left that other job for. I don't feel secure in what's going on, and it's unfortunate. We'll see what happens in the forefront. So I moved on. I mean, I was without a job. I jumped into a job in a magnesium foundry. Very dangerous. I was being trained by somebody who'd only been there for a week. And anybody who knows anything about magnesium, very dangerous substance. And when it's, you know, when it is melted, when it is a liquid, if you drop a droplet of any volume of liquid into it, you're going to, it's going to expand. I forget if it's like 100,000 times the size of what it is, the volume, or if it's 1,000,000. I forget what it is, but it's a lot. It expands. So if you, like a droplet of sweat drops into liquid magnesium while it's, you know, hot, while it's liquid, it's gonna pop. Big pops. Not allowed to have any liquid on the deck. Falls in the melting pot. That bottle of water, a bottle of soda, it's gonna expand a ton. Bad news. A big explosion. Things like that. Bad reactions. Not a good thing. So I was being trained, and I was being trained by people that were only there for a week. So no experience I was being trained by. And even with the proper protective equipment I was in, I have a lot of respect for the people who do that stuff out there. But I'm up there and I'm grabbing things and I'm stirring pots and I'm grabbing these cranes to help guide things into the pot, pulling it in, pulling it out, because I was going between the casting side and the melting side. And even with that protective gloves on and the protective equipment on, I was like going on breaks and I was seeing that I had just burn marks all over my body, even through my clothes, even through all my protective equipment, the protective gloves, the protective jacket you have to wear, the face shield, all of it. I just had burn marks all over me. I'm like, not only am I, being trained by people who don't have any experience, I don't have any experience and I'm doing this stuff and somebody makes one mistake, everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. So I stopped that. I said, I'm done. I said, I don't feel, like this is a safe situation. I said, I come from, working at a factory where everybody's on top of everything and they have things in place. Here, not so much. Doesn't seem that way. It seems very, very loose and something's going to happen, and not until something bad happens are you guys going to get this, locked down. So I moved on. Eventually I landed into what I was working for Firelands Vending. I worked for Honda. And Firelands Vending, I was doing that for a long time, but for about 10 or 11 months, but my back wouldn't allow me to continue to do it. I was having a lot of issues. So while I was working there, I applied for a bunch of jobs and I had a call for the current job that I have, except for it was just for customer service. So they reached out to me and they had me do an interview. I didn't get the hire on the first one, even though I had 2 or 3 interviews in that first day. And didn't happen. So I continued working where I was working. And then it was like a month or 2 later, something like that, or a couple months down the road, they called me again and said, hey, that person that we hired didn't work out. We thought that they were the safe bet because, we thought they were just going to come in and they were going to be all right. And we made the wrong decision. Are you still interested? So I said, yep, absolutely. Interviewed again, came in, and they said, let's do this. Let me meet the owner. And I got hired, and here I am. I'm still here, close to 3 years in at the company. I went from customer service into a sales advisor role and into a retention role. I do really good at what I do. I put everything into it. So this whole long drug out story here, if you're still watching, this whole long drug out story is, in life, we can't become complacent. We can't just stay in one situation because we're comfortable or because we're afraid to move on. In life, we have to make decisions that make us uncomfortable if we want to grow, if we want to succeed. If you want things in life, if you want more out of life, you have to take a risk. You have to make a decision that is going to make you uncomfortable. So I made some decisions that made me uncomfortable. It made my finances uncomfortable. It made me struggle for a while. But here I am now. I'm making better money. I can continue to make more money. Lots of opportunity. I've been growing. I've been learning. I've been, gaining experience in a lot of different situations. And just, it's an experience thing to where in any aspect of life, it doesn't even have to be just work and career. If you think about it, stepping outside of your comfort zone is the only way to grow, because complacency and sitting still and secure, it's all bred inside of a comfort zone. The second you step outside of your comfort zone is when you start getting tossed into situations that give you experience, they give you knowledge, they give you growth, they give you the ability to succeed and become more versatile. You're allowed to gain more leverage in situations. Say, hey, I have this experience compared to this person. I have more skill in this situation, and I can do this on top of what somebody else couldn't do. I have this resume of things compared to these people. You start to, set yourself aside from the other dozen. The other, they say you can replace somebody, it's like a dime or a quarter. You could just, find another one. But if you find yourself to put yourself into a better resume and you have a lot more to offer, then you say, hey, I have all these things to offer. I have these, training situations. I have these certificates. I have these months or years of experience doing this. All these other people here haven't even done some of these things that I can do, and it creates value to yourself. So everything you do creates value. Even if you don't see it as a long-term situation, you can do it. And you can say, hey, I have this. It's valuable. I can utilize it in these situations, and you apply it to what you want to do. So think about that. Step outside of your comfort zone. It doesn't have to, hey, don't just quit your job today. Do not do that. Do not just quit your job today and lose your income. Think about what you want to be doing and start applying it. Whether it's doing something on the side as a hobby, as a part-time thing, or whether it's, hey, I have an opportunity, I got an offer, I'm putting my 2 weeks in and I'm jumping, I'm making the leap, and we're going to see what happens. Make sure that if you have other people who, you know, rely on you by income and things like that, kids, family, roommates, things of that nature, you have that conversation to say, hey, here's where we're at, here's what we're doing. And it's not a blindside thing that, hey, this is what I'm doing. It's going to be an adjustment. I'm going to be going through some things, but this is for the better. This is for my growth. And if they care about you, if they have a love for you and appreciation for you, they'll want you to grow and succeed, and they will support you, and they'll do everything they can to help you out. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in for day 199 of Dave's Daily D. I know this is a long, drawn-out story. If you're watching and rocking it with me here, I appreciate you. I love y'all so much for watching. And just remember, anything that you do, anything you step outside of your comfort zone, any of them changes that you make, it's not fun, it's not comfortable, but it's not comfortable because it's going to help you, it's going to allow you to grow, and it's going to allow you to succeed more than you already are. Self-Love Sunday, guys. I'm getting ready to mow the lawn. Let's have a good rest of our day. Enjoy the sun, enjoy this weather, and let's roll into another week. Have a good one, guys.